Endurance racing. It can take everything out of man and machine. Caring for the machine on the tracks and in the pits is only part of what it takes to win. Very often the difference between victory and defeat is the human factor. Here at Daytona International Speedway, the 24-hour drive is shared by a team of drivers. But at speeds approaching 200 miles per hour, even a few hours behind the wheel can drain even the most conditioned drivers. The Castrol Jaguar GTP team has developed a unique and successful way to keep their drivers in top mental and physical shape during the race.
The first thing I do is I have a cold towel waiting for him to put around his neck to reduce the body temperature. I then take a pulse meter straight away, and it's quite easy to take his pulse. All I have is a little piece of equipment here that I just put on his ear, and by putting it on his ear it gives me an instant pulse. By that way then I can tell what state the driver is. After I've done that, I get him back here into my mobile home, where I take off all his clothes, including his helmet. I put his uniform in to be dried, I take his helmet away, and I have it dried so that there's no body fluid whatsoever left in the clothes, whether it's in the helmet or in his uniform. I then lay him down upon my bench and I check him over, and then I weigh him to see how much body fluid he has lost. If he has lost a certain amount, then what I do, I have 1 hour to replace that, and I replace it very, very quick with a special designed drink that I bring over from England, which has all the chemicals, all the electrodes, all the body salts, so therefore he's been used that straight away. He doesn't have to try and build it up, we can get it into him straight away. After that, I then check him over to see if he's got any bruising. If he has, I use ultrasound on him. I also use an electric massager, which is very, very good to stimulate the blood flow into the muscles, because the muscles get very, very tired. If he has bruising to the extent that it needs heat, I also carry a heat lamp with me, which again stimulates the blood flow into the muscles.
Endurance races like Daytona and Le Mans extend through the night. At Sebring, the race actually ends in darkness. Driver eye care and adequate night vision is critical to success.
During night driving, I try and keep his eyes at night eyes. In other words, I don't allow, if it's at all possible, for his eyes to change to day, because I try and keep him in dark glasses and in a darkened room so that the eyes do not change. After I've done everything and checked him over and seen that everything is okay, I then allow him to lie down and rest. I do not allow him to sleep. And then after he has his rest, before he goes back into the car again, I put him in an exercise bike out there, and I bring up his racing pulse. I bring his pulse up to racing, so that he doesn't have to get into the car and bring his racing pulse up. I also make him do little games to get the brain diversify away from driving. As you know yourself, that if you're driving for a long period of time, the brain still works. So what I try and do is I try and diversify the brain from driving, so that when he gets back into the car, he's getting back fresh, exactly the same as if he's starting the race. At the end of the race, I still weigh him, and you'll find that at the end of the 24 hours, he's lost none of his own body fluid. He's only lost the body fluid that I've put there. So consequently, the driver can go away, he can do what he likes, he can go test the next day, and it has no ill effect whatsoever on him. I try and make sure that the driver that's in there is very, very well prepared.
And perhaps be fresh enough to savor the fruits of victory, as Tom Ryan's charges did here at Daytona, where the two Castrol cats finished first and second, a testimony to the Castrol Jag team and Tom Ryan's science of sports medicine.